Ready. Hardpoint is ours. Bombers.
Just for a quick disclaimer before the video, this video is not going to be as highly produced as other top 5 tips. This was a spur of the moment idea after trying to get intro clips for the gameplay, and I ended up breaking 100 kills, 100 eliminations twice in back-to-back games, so I decided to do a top 5 to let you guys know how to get better at Vanguard, or just how to play better in general in Call of Duty. Anyways, that being said, if you guys want to see more tips and tricks videos in Vanguard or any game in general, hit that like button and I will start producing more higher production value videos on top 5s. Like I said, this was just a more spur of the moment idea because of what happened today, literally. So yeah, if you guys want to see more of this, hit that like button, let me know, and hit the subscribe button if you want to see more, because if it's liked, I will be producing more, and it'll probably be a once a week thing. Anyways, I'll let you guys get into the video now. Sorry to take your time, and I hope you guys enjoy it. What is up, guys? It is Gavin G, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're actually going to be doing a different type of video. We are going to be going over the top 5 tips I can give you to become a better multiplayer player in Call of Duty Vanguard and Call of Duty in general. You're going to want to stick around to the end of the video, because the first tip I bet not a lot of you actually do or know of, and this is probably the thing that has helped me the most. Anyways, as always, I'm not going to hold you guys here that much, but if you guys enjoy the video, please leave a like, because it lets me know that you guys actually want to see more of this style of video as well. And if you guys want to learn how to become a better Call of Duty player, whether it's Warzone or multiplayer, or just how to become a better multiplayer player in general with any game, hit that subscribe button, because it's going to be the place to be. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the first match. Alrighty, so to begin this gameplay on shipment, we are actually going to be using the MP40. I have some weird attachments on I normally don't run, just because this was going to be a Row to Atomic Camo episode, which it still is in a sense, but just a different style. And we just have attachments to unlock those type of camos where you just need the specific attachments. Anyways, on this shipment gameplay, we actually go 102 and 32. 102 eliminations, 32 deaths, in case you needed some assurance that this was the right place to be for these tips. Anyways, I'm just gonna let the gameplay play as I speak, and I'll be going through some of the aspects of the gameplay, or just watching it so you guys can see exactly what I do, because that is going to be vital for tip number 1, which will be towards the end of the video. Getting into the tips now. Number 5, or the 5th most important tip I have to get these high elimination gameplays is going to be fairly simple. It is actually going to be using the meta guns in the game at the time. So for reference, I am recording this during Season 1 of Vanguard, so the meta weapons tend to be the STG-44, the Cooper Carbine, and the MP40. The Kimbo double barrel shotguns tend to also be it, but they're not going to allow for much flexibility on the wider range of maps in this game. The key to using the meta weapons is because they statistically are the best in the games and haven't been nerfed yet. So you're going to want to stick to using those when going for high elimination, high kill gameplays, because they're just going to make the whole thing a bit easier in general. So going into the gameplay in general, you see I'm running the MP40. I don't have any damage mags or damage rounds on, but I have it so the sprint to fire time is very high, or low, and that the ADS size is also very low, so I can typically outmaneuver my opponents before they can even get the first shot off, and it allows me to get the first shot off most of the time. Additionally, I'm sure the gameplay will speak for itself on why the MP40 is still one of the best meta weapons in the game. They really need to fix the spawns on shipment though, I'm not gonna lie. This should never be happening like it did. That was just a 5-piece. Very, very fast. Anyways, after that we're gonna be moving into tip number 4, which tip number 4 is also a fairly obvious one, but one that people tend to skip over quite a bit, is the use of kill streaks or score streaks depending on which Call of Duty you're playing. For the high kill games, you really want to be using, you know, lethal kill streaks that you don't necessarily have to control. In this game, for example, I am running the counter UAV just so the enemy can't call in score streaks, and I am running the bomber with the attack dogs. Now, the attack dogs in this game is a no-brainer. You're going to want to run that, and then on the lower end, you're also going to want to run a counter UAV, I'd say, over a regular UAV, just because they can't call in their score streaks, which can be quite big. For the second one, which is the bombers, I think it's personally the best second one for kills, but it can end up killing you off the streak. So if you're going for nukes, I would not put the bomber on. I would focus more on, you know, a UAV, counter UAV, and you know, an advanced UAV. I don't remember what it's called in this game. Set up so you can focus on the gun streak instead of getting the high kills. Additionally, on this Call of Duty, you're gonna want to run the dead drop streak because it allows you to continue your streak even after you die if you call it in. That is what you see in the bottom right hand corner. That is my essentially field upgrade for the match, and I have been using that quite a bit. It is very useful to get gameplays like this, especially in Vanguard, where the time to kill is very low. Man, I did not aim good there at all, but it's fine. We picked it up right here a little bit, at least. Got a cool triple. Alright, okay, I almost got him. I think I'm gonna let the rest of this gameplay play out because the next game is Doll's House, where I drop 145 kills and 26 deaths, which is arguably, it's not arguably, it is the best gameplay I have in any Call of Duty. And I'm a bit upset it wasn't a live com because I was just sitting there with one earbud in listening to a podcast while I was playing Call of Duty, not really caring, and I didn't even know what was really going on until halfway through the game when I kept getting bombers and dogs over and over again. I'll go through my thought process before we get into step number 3, which would be at the beginning of Doll's House, because it's actually an important one to have on that map specifically. But anyways, going around my gameplay, you see that right now I'm playing a bit more reckless than I really should be. But the idea is, if you want a high KD, high kill gameplay, you want to tend to stick to not the outermost sides of the map, except on this map because it's shipment, but the outside of the map. You don't want to be funneling the middle. Ideally, you'd be getting a power position overlooking the middle of the map, because a lot of people would be in the center pushing through, because that's where, you know, the map connects. And if you could get those break-offs, you can really slow down the enemy and go for the win overall, and also get these high LM gameplays. So as you see, when I'm running around, I tend to, well, right here I'm in the middle, but that's why earlier you saw me jumping up and climbing, you saw me doing all this weird stuff, because moving around the map like this puts me in weird positions where the enemy can no longer really see me or expect me, and I get the drop on them, which is a great thing to do. There I was flashing because I knew I was getting close to 100. This one I actually didn't know I broke 100. I thought I had 98 because the game ended right here after I got those 2 kills, but as you see, I had 102 elims and I had 32 deaths this match. I'm just going to pause this real quick so I can just talk about it. So essentially in this gameplay, as you guys saw, I was climbing things a lot, trying to get the height advantage. Height advantage is also good both in Warzone and Vanguard to have because it's just a lot harder for the enemy to shoot at you. And yeah, so overall in this map, I was just sticking to the outside, playing my life when I had to. I was using dead drop to my advantage so I could get the streak still because shipment is a bit more chaotic. But anyways, let's get right into DOS House, and I'll tell you guys the 3 other tips throughout the map. Alright, so the same as shipment, we are playing some blitz pacing, 8v8, and the third tip, which I'll just get straight into it, and why I waited for DOS House for this is because it's one of the better maps in Vanguard to do this, but the map also plays a big role on if you're going to get high elim, high kill gameplays in Call of Duty or not. And it also is based on the movement, but DOS House is very small and the interactions on this map are very high. Interactions pretty much mean every time you shot at someone or they shot at you. But having a map like, for example, in this game would be Shipment, DOS House, Tuscan to an extent, and Bokeh to an extent, where you just have these huge amounts of engagements with people, allow you to not only get 100+ kill games more frequently, but it makes it just a bit easier than the other maps like Red Star or Berlin, where there can be a lot of people, but the map is also pretty big. So for my tip number 3, it would easily have to be play maps or focus on high kill games on maps that tend to be smaller and allow for more frequent engagements. And just to showcase how small this map is, as you can see, I spawn and I'm immediately in their spawn within a few seconds. So there's not much really going on here besides just pushing into their spawn. I know one thing, I really wish I live comm this. Like, it would have been, I think these would have been insane live comms. I can only imagine my facial expressions, or like, I guess I really wasn't making facial expressions. I was pretty composed making these. And again, I'm saying this because it's happening again. Like on Shipment, I'm sticking to the outermost side of the map. Not outermost, but on this map it is the outermost because the interior isn't really, you know, there's walls, a lot of walls. But I'm sitting here because, you know, that's where you get the most engagements. That's where you have people funneling to get to the center of the map. It's even more imperative in something like Domination, where there's a flag and you can really funnel them towards the B flag because that's going to be the most contested, highly switched flag in the map, and you can really monitor where it is, like who's on it, when someone's on it, and who's pushing onto it, just by simple positioning on the outside of the map overlooking it. But like, as I said, this is a great example for a good map because I'm in their spawn still, just literally, like, what is this? 5-piece right there. I know kill chain comes up. That was an ultra kill. Quad feed. Like, kill chain right there. So, as I keep saying, going along the outside of the map and funneling people, like right here, I see that they're on B, so I run to it, is a great way to get high kill games along with map size, which you see here. DOS House is not that big, so it allows for constant engagements, as I said before. Tip number 2. This is another one that a lot of people claim to know, but still get wrong very frequently. This is why it's at number 2 on the list. I think it's one of the most important ones, and this match is a great example of it as well. One way to ensure that you're always getting high kill games 50+ is simply going to be by playing certain game modes over others. What I mean is, Domination in Vanguard is Domination in any Call of Duty is a perfect game mode to play because it typically is the longest. In Vanguard, for example, has no time limit. So, let's say you get a B cap while the team only has C. you can go halfway through the match with that double cap, and then if you just switch the flag so they have 2 and you have 1, you can make the game go as long as you want, essentially, given the points do not play a role. That's why Shipment Domination is probably one of the best mode combos in Vanguard to get these high kill gameplays, and that is actually where I got my first 100 plus. Moreover, this is more of a side note, but your first 100 plus is going to be hard to get, just like the first nuke, but after that you tend to get them quite frequently, at least is the case with me. Speaking on Vanguard specifically, the best mode for this is actually going to be Domination, and then some other ones that I always play are Hardpoint, Short Timer, but if people are getting on the hill and stopping it, it tends to be a good mode to get 50 plus, and Patrol is another one of those where as long as people are getting on the point, it is not going to end fast, so you're going to ensure a 50 plus, maybe even a 60 plus. Now, I already set the modes that were, you know, standouts, which are Domination, Patrol, Hardpoint, but some modes you should avoid, especially if you're going for high kill games, tend to be Team Deathmatch, because it is a stone cap of 100 kills, which how are you going to break 100 kills in a lobby if you can only get to 100 kills? I don't think many of us are going to kill the entire enemy team to win a team deathmatch. The second one is Control, which not a lot of people play anyway, so it's not that big of a deal, but there's a live limit of 30, so if your team wins all 3 rounds and you get all the kills, you can really only get 90 kills, not even crack 100, which both situations are very rare. You're not gonna see, you know, people get really 50 plus, 40 plus, 30 plus in a Control unless they're absolutely going off or it's a close match. Additionally, Vanguard has these pacing modes, which if you want high kill games, you're going to want to stick to Assault and Blitz because there's just more people on the map, and like I said, a lot of engagements tend to be better for high kill games. Alright, so what you guys have all been waiting for, and as the map comes to a close, the number 1 tip I can give you to get these high LM, high kill games in any Call of Duty, especially Vanguard, is going to simply be subscribing to this channel. Alright guys, I'm actually kidding to an extent. The number 1 tip is actually going to be to look at how other people play and try to mimic their play style or see where you can improve, and or what I did is you can record your own gameplay and look at the mistakes you made. Let me pause it right there so you can see 145 LMs, but going back to what I was saying is reviewing your own gameplay or other people's gameplay just help you learn the game a bit better, how to play, how you should be playing, the spawns. You can really manipulate the game once you learn it, and learning comes from doing and reviewing. So that's why I said the number 1 tip is going to be to subscribe, because you can look at these gameplays I play, see how I play, and try to mimic it to get your first 100 plus kill a limb game. Anyways, I'm going to keep this going now so we can see the amount of deaths and limbs I actually had, and we can see the video off then after we review attachments and camos as well. Alright, so looking at the scoreboard, you see I got 145, still got 4 captures, 145 limbs, 4 captures, and 26 deaths. Anyways, let's get into the attachments I ran for this video and the closing thoughts I have on what happened today. Alright, so looking at this MP40, I was running the FA stabilizer, VDD 25mm shrouded, slate reflector, Cruisnik 33mm folded stock, this SMLE pistol grip, the Renuk 32 round mags, lengthened, fabric grip, unmarked, and fully loaded. So going into these attachments, you can change some of them because I was running this gun to get camos, and that was the goal of this, which I'll get into in a few seconds, but this is what I was running in the video. If you want a similar build, go ahead, try it out. It's actually decent, even though the mags do reduce damage. It still does fairly well. And looking at the camos now, you can see that I'm actually nearly done with the MP40. I have almost all the top done besides the long shots, and then the bottom I just need those certain attachment specialty and hipfire kills, and then we'll be done with the MP40. Just concluding, I think the biggest takeaway from this is that actually watching other people play is probably going to be the best thing for you. That's what I did initially, because I was horrible at Call of Duty when I first started playing in MW3 online. And as I grew up watching how these other people play, I started watching the CDO, which is the pros, and how they play. It actually helped me a lot to evolve how I play and how I think about the game in general. And that's probably going to be the biggest thing for you guys to get these good gameplays. But that's besides the point. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It lets me know that you guys actually are into these tips and tricks videos, and I can actually go about making a more highly produced one, because this was kind of just a spur of the moment idea based on what happened literally this morning. Additionally, if you guys want to see more Call of Duty content or amazing gameplays like this, what you just saw, hit that subscribe button, because this is really the only place to be. I know there's more, but you're going to want to stick around here. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a great day and stay safe.